His biggest mistake was trusting somebody and, taking them in when he really didn't have to.
We now know the name of a victim in a homicide investigation out of Sapulpa. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Acebus. Police say 23-year-old Aaron Bendelli was killed and a 23-year-old who was living with him in custody, according to Sapulpa Police. Fox 23's Amy Hybels talked with the family of the victim and returned to the crime scene in West Ozark Trail in Sapulpa.
I spoke with the victim's older brother, who tells me Aaron Bendelli was living in this house right behind me through these trees with his grandmother, acting as a caregiver, and that he had recently allowed a longtime friend, who is now the suspect, to move onto the property.
His biggest mistake was trusting and caring. That was it. That's all he's guilty of. He would take his shirt off his back to help somebody. I know people say this a lot about their family, but he was a good guy.
Jonathan Bendelli is still struggling to come to terms with the death of his youngest brother, Aaron Bendelli, that has now turned into a homicide investigation. Early Saturday morning, Sapulpa Police responded to a 911 call after a relative discovered the body of 23-year-old Aaron Bendelli outside the house he had been living in with his grandmother.
We got a call that there was a person down out here, needed medical, but was bleeding. At that same time, we had an individual that had came into the lobby of our police department claiming that they had been involved with the incident out here as well. We started talking with them, and at that point it led to that this could be a homicide investigation. So that's where we're at this point.
Captain Foreman says they determined that the man who came to the police station, who is now a suspect, was living on the property. Bendelli says his brother Aaron had recently allowed a friend he had known for years to live in a camper on the family property.
He actually got kicked out of his house, had nowhere to go, and my brother said, hey, you come out here and move in and, put a camper out here and we'll take care of you. We'll feed you, clothe you, whatever you need.
Since the suspect is a tribal citizen, the FBI has taken over the homicide investigation. An FBI spokesperson would only confirm that a subject is in custody and there is no danger to the public. They have not released any information about how the 23-year-old was killed. For Jonathan Bendelli and his family, the reality that the youngest of three brothers is gone is still sinking in.
He was a good man. He was not on drugs. His life was taken from him.
Bendelli says his youngest brother, who loved to hunt, was also gifted with cars.
He was very mechanically smart. He always helped me work on my vehicles. He was there for you when you needed him.
Bendelli only wishes he could have been there for Aaron.
He had no reason to die. And I wasn't there to help him. I wish I would have been there because, now I'm never going to be able to talk to my brother again.
In Sapulpa, covering news that matters, I'm Amy Hybels, Fox 23 News.